In this video, we will learn how to draw staircases for simple conceptual design. I just drawn the units of meters and draw my first ground floor, and with a height of minus 30 centimeters, 0.3. This is my first level. Then I just take this, I enter copy, and I want to draw my second line, my second level from this point up 3 meters. Up like this, and I click enter and escape, and now I have drawn my 2 levels, and between these 2 levels I want to draw a staircase. Okay, I can increase my front view, and we just want to draw our staircase now. A comfortable height of a step is for example 18 centimeters. I'm in meters, so I enter 0.18. And I just have my ortho activated, my snap function, so it's easy to draw it in vertical direction. The horizontal direction, a comfortable length is, for example, 27 centimeters. Just because I have my ortho activated, I can just enter 27, and it already does it. And now I finish with my right mouse click, and this could be one step. Okay. We just do it roughly. I just go into my array and into my linear array, and I just enter a number which is definitely too much. I know this. I just enter 27. And from this point to this point, I draw my steps. And what I wanted to show you is that the height is not correct because it has to fit to the height of our first floor. So we have to recalculate our staircase and the height of the staircase. In Rhino, there is a pocket calculator. I just enter calculator, and I just want to have the right height for our 3 meter first floor. I just enter 3, and I divide it by 17. And then I have the right height of my step. It is 0.176 centimeters. I just copy this like this. And now we draw again a polyline. That's my first point. I enter this number, and here we go. And now again, I just enter my 27 centimeters again regarding the width, like this, and finish with my right mouse click. It looks a little bit like before, but the height is slightly different. So if we select this and we array it again with a linear array, and I just enter the number of 18, take this point and array it, then you can see it fits really well. One of these arrays was too many. It could have or should have been 17, but that's fine. I just select all my polylines, also this top one, interesting, didn't select. So, and then I join this, and then I already have a quite nice line for my staircase. There are several ways of how to draw a staircase, and I just copy this one from here, and I just copy some of them to have several options to try actually. And the first one we would like to look at in our floor plan. I just want to extrude this. I want to extrude it to 1.5 meters. I have to do it in minus 1.5 because it shows into this the minus direction. And now I extruded this to 1.5, and I want to give this one dimension. And a good way is to use offset surface. And you have to define in which direction the offset should be. And I just want to have it flat at the top. So I have to flip the direction. And then I choose the distance. The distance can be, for example, like 5 centimeters means 0.5 in meters. And here we go. This is the first option to draw a staircase. You can obviously also offset just the line or the curve. just go into offset and you choose the direction, and you just say also here 0.15. And but you here you just have to see that these are two open curves, and you probably have to connect them. And with this, you still have to draw one line here and the other one here. Select everything and then extrude this. It's obvious. Okay. And the next thing is you have to extrude curve, and you also want to do it at 1.5 meters. And this is a similar way with a similar result actually. Another way is I have this curve, and you just draw a line somehow like this. And I just go on near to catch this line. And I take my smart track and take this point to be able to draw this precisely, and close it, finish it, and then I have two lines, this line and this line. I just join them, and also here I can just enter extrude curve in 1.5 meters. And this is also one option regarding the staircase. Another option could be an open staircase. I just take my box tool. I have smart tracking activated. I just take this point and this endpoint, and I define my first step, and then go into my top view, and I want to have it on the same length like my other staircases, 1.5 meters, somewhere like this. And then I can just choose my array tool again, my linear array, and I say numbers. I know that these should be 17, by the way. And I take my first reference point like this, and take my other reference point, and then this is also a good option. I delete my line, which does help me to construct my open staircase, and this is also an option of how to draw the steps for my staircase. It's obvious that you can't walk up these staircases so fast, so you have to create an opening in the top floor. And we just create one human being just as a line. I just enter 2 meters and finish with right mouse click, and then I can move this. I just grab it here, and I can move this up my staircase, and you can just see, starting from this step, it is difficult to pass when you're taller than 2 meters. Based on this, we can just draw a box. I just snap as a second point the point I just draw like this, and I go down and just see that there's a proper intersection. Then I use my boolean intersect, choose the box, and here we go. Okay, this staircase is now working actually. Okay, another thing we would like to look at, if this is a straight staircase, but how does it work if it reacts to something like a pattern? I just draw a polygon with 5 sides, and entered 5 sides like this. And I just go here to midpoint, and midpoint with my smart track function, take the sectioning point of this and just draw my polygon. I just select this actually, okay, I select it, and I just extrude this somewhere like this, and just the principal thing, and I just move this a little bit and subtract my first floor with my hexagon. Okay, here we go. And I want to take this staircase. First of all, I expand this, extrude the surface like this. I move it to my. I hold this top part for a second, and then you can see this little white dot. I move it to this point and move it also in my top floor that it fully fits with my hexagon. And then the only thing I have to do is I just select my polycurve again, and I again extrude my polycurve, extrude. Something went wrong, what's going on? Extrude curve, exactly. Somewhere like this. I see that it intersects with my staircase. Then next step, I select my staircase and I just go into intersection. I choose my extruded poly surface, and here we go. The next way we want to look at how to draw a sample banister, I just take my single line and I just choose the midpoint of my staircase step here like this. And then I go into my front view and I enter a height of 90 centimeter, something like this. And I finish with my right mouse click. I do the same thing on the top. Something like this. I go here and choose my midline and just enter 90 centimeter. Okay. Then I can connect these two lines, and this already looks quite good. I can just select all three lines, and next thing I join them. And starting from this, you have obviously several options. I just copy this once to the back because probably we would like to continue working on this. You can just choose this line, and you can then use the command fillet or fillet corners. If I use fillet corners, then I just have to select the whole line and just say with a radius of 20 centimeters. Somewhere like this. This looks quite good. And if you want to have some vertical elements between these areas on the other steps, you just draw another line, and I just use my midpoint. And here again, in my front view, I just enter a height of 90 centimeters. Finish right mouse click. Take this line, go into array. And here before we had the number of items 17, and now we already built 2, so we have to enter 15, which I already did. And then you choose the first point, and then the next point, and here we go. Okay, we continue working on the banister. I just select this, and I just go into isolate selections. And we want to have a look what kind of design variations we can do. First of all, this one can definitely get something like a pipe. And I just enter a radius of, I don't know, 0.5 centimeters, and this means it's a really thick one. Okay, and the other elements, which I just select somewhere like this, I also get a pipe, and this probably has a radius of 0.1, and this would be one option for a banister as a really bulky version. I know this actually. The other option could be also I just select everything and I use the new tool, subdivision tools, and I just choose multi-pipe. And I set a radius of 0.03 means 3 centimeters, which is also really thick. And cap ends, yes, I would like to have, this is fine. And I finish this, and then you really get a result like this, which is more like a organic banister. And you just saw that here in the lower area, this doesn't look good. So we changed the setup again a little bit. I just move my curves to the right, somewhere like this. And I just use again my subdivision tool, my multi-pipe, my radius, and here I just say cap ends off. And this already looks much better. If you want to close them, then you just select the subdivision object and you enter the command cap, like this, and leave all these settings, and then you also have it closed really well. And this is one other really simple option. We want to look at another really simple banister, a little bit like a glass banister, for example. I just delete all my elements. I just show all my other objects, my scene, and I change to perspective to ghosted, because then I can see my lines a little bit better. And on this side, I would like to draw something like a glass banister. I know that there is a little bit of a kinch in this area, so I have to consider this when I draw my line. I just go into polyline, I take the lower line, and then here I take this point, and here again I take this point, and I now draw 90 centimeters for my vertical banister, somewhere like this, and I finish this. Okay, looks good. And then I draw another line based on my line before. It's like this, and I just go into my front view and let's just say 90 centimeters, looks good. And the next thing, I also had it actually here. I just go into my line and in my front view, and I'll just say 90 centimeters, also good. It worked really well because I had my ortho mode activated. And the next thing I do is I just draw a line. I connect these banister elements. Okay, right mouse click. And the next thing, I just could obviously do the same like before. I can just make a pipe or something similar. I can also just select this line and extrude this line, for example, like 90 centimeters minus 0.9. This also means that the step before was not really necessary. I also could have extruded the lower line, by the way. And then I take the surface and I just create an offset surface, and just have to see in which direction. Yes, and the surface probably gets a dimension of 0.02 centimeters. And this, for example, could then be a glass banister if I just give this the material glass. Something like this, and this banister obviously also has to move a little bit because it's completely on the corner. I just move it minus 5 centimeters in y direction, and then it also already looks much better. Yeah, and thanks for watching. One last thing I forgot, and I wanted to show you at the end. For example, this staircase. Obviously, you can't build. I just isolate this, and I just go into isolate selection. And we look at this. Also in front view. And you can, or you should build something like a substructure underneath. I just take my poly tool and I just
draw this substructure, and you can also see in my top view where it snaps, and it's really important that it snaps on one line. If you're a little bit insecure about this, you can also do everything in project, but it doesn't make sense now to change to project because I already started this. I just observe my top view that it just not accidentally snaps the wrong point. Okay, somehow like this. Okay, I should just cut my video a little bit. I just go into my smart track, take this point and use this as a reference, and I just go down again and take this point, hold my string key and just finish the line now, also with my smart track, and hold my shift key for orthogonal drawing. And now I finish this. And this one I just extrude, for example, extrude, or I just also use the gumball, is also possible. Just say extrude, and I extrude curve to 0.05 centimeters. And now I have an element like this. I just move this also up to 20 centimeters, something like this. And it definitely makes sense to, to have a second one of this. Whoa, Shift T, and would be good to do it precise, but it's just a preliminary thing, so I just wanted to show you the idea. And this is definitely the better staircase than just having flying steps.